Hello, my YouTube friends. Welcome back to another edition of The Rational Investor. My name is Adam Kahn. What an interesting day in the markets today. It was quite a divergence from what I would expect on normal days. Anyway, stick around. I'll talk about that, and we'll get into tomorrow's CPI number that's going to come out as well. So, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, January 10th. I hope you all are having a nice day before tomorrow's CPI number, which I'm sure is really anticipated by the markets. We'll see how they react tomorrow. I'm excited to see how they come out. Before I forget, do me a favor. If you could hit that subscribe button, maybe hit the like button as well. I really appreciate the support. It helps YouTube's algorithm. It helps other people find the channel. Even making comments, all of that stuff helps people find it. And if you're enjoying the content and finding it interesting, pretty cool that you guys help out and do that as well. So thank you. I'm really excited to see how the channel's been growing. So today was kind of interesting. The 10-year bond, the 10-year treasury poked back above 4% in yield, so it was down a little bit. Generally, the stock market has been following suit, and when it's been going higher in yield, lower in price, stock market's been dropping as well. Stock market held on pretty strong. It's having a bit of a late day sell off towards the end of the day here. But I think that's out of nervousness for tomorrow's CPI number. Now, my interpretation is no matter what the CPI number does, the stock market should still be okay. Earnings are doing well, the companies are growing. I don't think it's going to impact them in reality too much because, in the end, your earnings are what's important. Now, it should impact the bond market because my guess is it's going to have a repercussion as to what people think in terms of is the Fed right or is what the market prediction is right. So on the last announcement, Jerome Powell implied maybe three cuts for this year in terms of the Fed funds. The markets, if you go to the CME website and look up at CME.com, they're predicting as much as six cuts for this year. Who's right? Well, I think that's where they're going to be looking at the data and reacting to it, which is why I say I think that's what affects the bond markets. CPI is expected to come around 4 tomorrow. If it comes in hot and you see a number above 4, I'm guessing that you're going to see the bond market continue to go lower and interest rates go higher. And maybe it actually pokes into that 4.2 to 4.3 range, which would fit the Fed's preparation for this year of a three cuts. It was trading around 5% for the 10-year. If the Fed's only able to do three cuts because inflation doesn't slow as quickly as it looked like it was, well, maybe 4.25 is a fair price for where the 10-year is. At the same time, if it comes in below 4, you might see the rates improve, in my mind improve because I do mortgages, to where you'll see lower interest rates, higher bond prices, and maybe it drops down to 3.8 if we're lucky, even 3.75, because it starts pushing towards where the CME is guessing that they'll have to do Fed cuts or rate cuts, and maybe they'll get down to where they're around that 4 or 5 cut type of estimate. That would push us back below 4% in yield, which is kind of what I'm hoping for when the CPI comes out tomorrow. Hoping to see a number like 3.7, 3.8, but who knows? I mean, it really could be 4.1, 4.2. I'm interested to see where it comes out. Oil prices have gone up a little bit. I don't think it's hit the pump as much because I've been paying attention, even though fortunately I have an electric vehicle, so I don't really notice that closely, but I do try to check and look when I go by. Now, in terms of individual stocks, Meta or Facebook had a huge day today, and so did Intuitive Surgical, which was up, $30 today, and it's a $360 stock. When I looked earlier today, they pre-announced. They didn't announce the earnings, but they kind of prepared that year over year for this quarter they're going to be up like 17% is what they're guessing around. Now they report in a week or two, a couple of weeks. I'm curious to see how it comes out. It's one of the stocks I really like, even though I don't talk about it a lot on the channel, because I feel like it's a little bit more of a risky type of investment. But I like the company and the prospect of, my figure in time, more surgeries and more doctors are going to be using their products because they're going to be doing robotic surgeries. And as far as I understand, they're the leader in that industry. I do think the late day sell off in the stock market is out of nervousness for tomorrow's numbers. And to be perfectly honest, if it comes in hot and the stocks have a big drop off of that, now, this is not financial advice. Let me be clear. You guys need to make your own decisions in terms of that. This is, I like to trade personally. So it's not something I suggest you guys. You need to make your own financial decisions. Maybe seek a financial advisor if you don't use one already. But if the number comes in hot and the stocks fall off pre-market or going into the open, I kind of think that might be a good opportunity to pick something up. Like long term, I still think the stock market's got room to keep going. And, I know I talked about Google's one of the companies I really like right now, but I like any great company. And if it looks like a decent price to me or you or whoever, I see pullbacks as good opportunities to buy it. And these CPI and PP numbers, the PPI numbers are so sensitive to the markets, they get really dramatic moves. Actually, Tesla's been a little bit low lately too, and I see Tesla as a good opportunity. Outside of that, there really wasn't too much data in the markets today, or not that much interesting going on. I'm much more eager to see what happens tomorrow morning. Here in Vegas, it'll be at 5:30 in the morning. I'm quite sure I'll be up by 4 or 4:30, waiting for it to come out just so I can see how the market reacts. Tell me, are you guys going to be awake to watch the market? Are you on the West Coast? Do you get up that early to see these things? I really like it, so it's what I want to want to see. Anyway, don't forget again, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, also hit the like button, make those comments. Um, Tell me how your day is going.